Welcome to Edupedia World Grade 10 Computer Science Video Lecture Series. I'm Upeka Vendibona, and from this episode we are going to discuss about propositional logic. Propositional logic is the basic unit of mathematical reasoning. Now most of the students pronounce this as prepositional logic. Now remember, this is nothing about the prepositions as you heard in English grammar. This is about proposition. So you should pronounce this as propositional logic. Proposition is an elementary statement that may either be true or false. In simple usage, 1 or 0. It can never take any other value. They may be referred as sentences or statements. For example, he is sleeping is a proposition. He may be really sleeping. That means the statement is true. Or else, he may not be sleeping. That means the statement is false. So remember, propositional logic is all about propositions, and propositions are all about true or false statements. Now take this statement, where are you going? It is not a proposition as it does not result a true or false value. So this statement is just only a question rather than proposing something. So now like 5, just tell me whether the given 5 statements are propositions or not. The first statement, 2 is an integer. Yes, this statement results a Boolean truth. Therefore, this is a proposition. Now the second statement, 2 is not an integer, and this statement results a Boolean false. Therefore, this statement is also a proposition. But the third statement, is 2 an integer? It is a question, not a proposition. The fourth statement, x to the power of 2 greater than 10, where x is an integer. Here, this one is not a proposition because we cannot say whether this statement is true or false. If it says where x is and 2 an exact value, then here we can decide whether this statement is true or false. But now we cannot decide whether this statement is true or false. Therefore, this statement is not a proposition. The fifth statement, 5 plus 3. Here it doesn't say anything. But if it says 5 plus 3 equals 8 or something, then we can decide whether the statement is true or false. But now it is just only an addition of 2 numbers. So it is not a proposition. Now in the fourth statement I said it is not a proposition. But in this statement 2 lesser than or equal x lesser than or equal 1, is this a proposition? Yes, this statement is a proposition. The difference between the fourth statement and this statement is, in here we can decide whether this statement is true or false. But the fourth statement, we cannot decide whether that statement is true or false. It is totally depending on the value of the x. But in here, there is no way we can have a value which is greater than or equal to 2 and lesser than or equal to 1. So this statement is always false. Therefore, it is a proposition. Okay, now we know what cannot be taken as the propositions and what can be taken as the propositions. But all the propositions we mentioned earlier was about primitive propositions. Now here we are talking about joining those primitive propositions. It is called as compound propositions. Operators such like and, or, and not, those are called propositional operators. These can be used to join the simple propositions, the primitive propositions, to make compound propositions. Now take these two primitive propositions. 2 is an integer, cat is an animal. By using the AND propositional operator, we can join these two primitive propositions. So 2 is an integer and cat is an animal. So likewise, by using a logical connective, we can connect two primitive propositions. When two primitive propositions are connected, we say compound proposition. Now take this compound proposition 2 plus 2 equals 5 and 5 plus 3 equals 8. Here we use the AND propositional operator, and the primitive proposition 2 plus 2 equals 5 is false, but the primitive proposition 5 plus 3 equals 8 is true. So likewise, by using a logical connective, we can connect two primitive propositions and that makes a compound proposition. Good. Now the next thing we are going to learn is what are propositional variables. A variable that denotes a proposition is called as propositional variable. A propositional variable can be replaced by a proposition. In logic, the letters P, Q, R, A, B, C, U, V, such like the letters that is nearby in the alphabet, are used to denote propositional variables. Now let's see how they are being used in the propositional logic. So here we are going to learn 5 important operators in propositional logic. The first one is disjunctive operator, commonly known as OR operator. It is represented by the symbol plus or the letter V. It is same like the Boolean OR operator. It means if either or both the inputs are true, the output shall also be true and false in other cases. For example, let's say the proposition A, I will opt for maths stream, and the proposition B is I will opt for computer stream. So if I say A plus B, it means either I will opt for maths stream or computer or both. Now if you take a look at the truth table of the disjunctive operator, you can see it is same like the Boolean OR operator. True plus true is true, true plus false is true, false plus true is true, and false plus false is false. Now the next operator is conjunctive operator, and it is commonly known as AND operator. It is represented by the symbols dot or the turned V or the caret symbol or the AND symbol. Most of the time for the conjunctive operator and for the disjunctive operator, it is used the V pattern, the turned V and the normal V. But anyway, you can use any of these symbols. For the conjunctive operator, when all the inputs are true, the output is true, and otherwise it is false. Now take this example. The proposition variable A says I will opt for math stream, and for the proposition variable B says I will opt for computer stream. When I say the expression A dot B, it means I will opt for both math stream and the computer stream. So that's how the conjunctive operator behaves. If you check the truth table of this operator, you can see it is same like the Boolean AND gate. Now the next operator is conditional operator. The compound statement we are going to create is like a if-then statement, or else we can say implication statement. It is represented by the arrow sign, and sometimes it is used the greater than sign. Anyway, the most common usage is the arrow sign. It is explained as if one input is true and the other is false, then the output is false. Otherwise, the output is true. For example, if I take the propositional variable A, it says I will opt for math stream, and the proposition B says I will not opt for biotechnology. The expression A arrow B, or else we can say A implies B, means if I opt for math stream, then I will not opt for biotechnology. Now this is something we didn't came across through the Boolean logic, so remember the symbol, the arrow mark, and its truth table. Now the fourth operator is biconditional operator. The compound statements we created using the biconditional operator is like if and only if statements. In shortened form we say IFF. It represented by a double-headed arrow symbol. Now these are explained as if both the input are true or both are false, the output is true, otherwise the output is false. For example, the propositional variable A says I will opt for math stream, and the propositional variable B says I will opt for computer stream. Now if I take the expression AIFFB, it means only if I opt for maths, I will opt for computer stream. This biconditional operator is also not found in the Boolean logic, therefore you should remember the operator symbol as well as the corresponding truth table. Now the fifth operator is negative operator, commonly known as the NOT operation. It is represented by the tilde mark, the curvy dash, or the simple dash, the straight line dash, or the apostrophe mark. Like as in the Boolean NOT operation, it inverses the input value. If input is true, then the output is false. If input is false, then the output is true. For example, if the propositional variable A says I will opt for math streams, then the expression A negative means I will not opt for math stream. So this is the typical NOT operation. The truth table is also the same. Now those are the 5 important operators in propositional logic. Now we are going to learn about few important concepts in propositional logic. The first one is tautology. Consider the compound proposition P or not P. From the truth table, it is clear that P or not P is always true. In the truth table, the first column is the input P and the second column is the final output. True or false, true. False or true, true. So it is always true. Such compound propositions are called tautologies. The next concept we are going to talk about is contradictions. Consider the compound proposition P and not P. From the truth table, it is clear that P and not P is always false. In the truth table, the first column is the input P and the second column is the final output. True and false, false. False and true, false. So it is always false. Such compound propositions are called contradictions. The last concept we are going to learn about is logical equivalence. When two propositions P and Q and two compound propositions PAB and QAB are said to be logically equivalent if they have identical truth tables. If they are equal, it can be denoted by the symbol triple line dash. Now take a look at this example. Here we have two compound propositions A and B. A says P implies Q and B says not Q implies not P. Here we have to show these two compound propositions A and B are logically equivalent. So for that, we have to draw a truth table and show them that the outputs of those two expressions are same. Now both of these expressions have the conditional operator. If you can remember, when we introduced the conditional operator, we said when the left hand side input is true and the right hand side input is false, the output would be false, otherwise it is true. Now in the truth table, the third column shows the compound proposition A and the fourth column shows the compound proposition B, and both of them have the equal output. Therefore, we can say both of these compound propositions are logically equivalent. With that, we are going to wind up this session. So today basically we talked about what is propositional logic. In there we learned about what are propositional statements and what are not. And also we learned about 5 propositional operators: disjunction, conjunction, negative, conditional and biconditional. Thereafter we learned about few important concepts in propositional logic: tautology, contradiction and logical equivalency. From the next episode, we plan to try out few questions regarding what we have learned in here. So thank you for watching and stay tuned on with Edupedia World.